Greetings guys, gals, non-binary pals, and welcome back to another video where I have double-winged liner totally on purpose and not because I slipped and couldn't find makeup remover. In today's video, I wanted to look at some fun message exchanges between men and women, particularly heterosexual men trying to hit on women. The way we are doing that is looking through one of my favorite accounts on Twitter, which is She Rates Dogs. I've done a number of these now, but they never stop. They never stop. They keep happening. And so I'm gonna keep making videos. Maybe men will stop one day, and then I will stop making videos. But until that day, here we are. This is a man in his late 30s sending a message to a girl whose age you will find out in just a moment. Why not though? Lol, I feel like I'm 20. Age is good. I'm not into games or hurting people. I'm looking for a long-term relationship, really. I know you're young. Didn't realize 18, but I'm intentionally trying to date women without children and that haven't been destroyed in shit relationships with small dick assholes for years. Women my age are dead inside and they're mostly awful and ugly and fat and have 3 kids. Do you know any single, emotionally available women in their 30s? Probably not. I don't. Well, for starters, 18-year-olds don't typically know very many people in their 30s, because they're 18, and that's a pretty big age gap, big maturity gap, big life experience gap, so they don't tend to have very many friends in common. Other than sometimes their parents are in their 30s, so my guy, don't be talking to 18-year-olds when you're in your late 30s, please, thank you. Not cool. There is just a little bit of a power imbalance that I'm pretty sure you are very, very aware of, because 18-year-olds are fresh out of high school. You've been out of high school longer than you were in it. So, also, feeling like you're 20 and like being as like emotionally available and like mature as a 20-year-old is not a flex. That's a problem. You really need to work on that and maybe act your own age. Have friends your own age. I'm sorry that people don't like you, but that's on you, not on anyone else. Maybe do some soul searching, maybe heal a little bit and start talking to no one. Actually, don't date people. Don't be around children. Single mothers are cool. It's totally fine to not want to date a single mother because that's a lot of responsibility to take on. I don't think it's a bad thing or inherently wrong to not want to date someone with kids, because if that's not something you want, then that's not going to be good for the child or for the mother anyway. So I think it's better to just not go there. But there are a lot of women in their 30s who don't have kids. Either change your standards, be patient, improve yourself so the people who are at your standards like you, or just be alone. Don't date 18-year-olds. This is an automated message. You have matched with a high-value male. Congratulations. In order to continue this conversation, please reply within 24 hours. If I got this message on Tinder, I would lose my mind. That's brilliant. Fantastic. Oh my god. I would also post this on Twitter. That's so funny. Like, ask him to describe what a high-value man is, because, like, number 1 rule, be misogynistic and hate women. If you call yourself a high-value male, unironically, I'm going to unmatch with you immediately. I want nothing to do with you. And these are the same men who are like, women only care about money and status and height. I don't care how tall you are. I don't care how much money you have. I don't care what your job is. I don't give a shit. If you call yourself a high-value male, unironically, I'm deleting you from my life forever. But I was the only one trying to fix and to show you could trust me again. One mistake and that didn't matter anymore. The difference is I didn't leave because I was hurting you or because I was hurting myself. I stayed because I wanted to fix it and make things right. You lied to me about having stage 3 brain cancer. Now, you see, this isn't funny, but, you know, I love to read these and be like, there's no fucking way that happened. There's no way that's real. And then I remember that my ex did that to me. And I'm laughing because I realize how fucking stupid that is and how insane that is. We were about a year and a half into our relationship, and, you know, he's a pretty abusive guy. Not great. No, not good. And he'd done something that had upset me. So I was upset, and I was crying, and I was telling him that he upset me. And obviously, abusers don't like when you tell them they've upset you because everything has to be your fault. And so he couldn't think of a reason as to why it was my fault. So he was just like, well, you're being mean to me, and like I'm only angry because my best friend has brain cancer and found out he has 6 months to live. So excuse me for being upset and like angry, but like life is shit right now, so I have to take it out somewhere. My God, he told me his best friend had 6 months to live. He told me his best friend had... So I was like, oh shit, fuck, I'm so sorry. And then I had to comfort him. I can't believe that fucking happened. Oh my God. Anyway, that's a really fun anecdote there. Yeah, I read so many of these messages sometimes, and I'm like, fucking people are insane. And then I remember my own experiences, and I'm like, yeah, but I believe all of it, because men are the worst. Based off of experience of a almost 3-year relationship, I've had it all. It's pretty much, yeah, no, it is real. And it's baffling, mind-boggling, really funny. Like, not funny at all. Really funny. Oh, trauma. I need a therapist. Anyway, don't lie to people about having cancer. What the fuck is wrong with you? Don't tell people your friends have 6 months left to live. Anyway, that is enough about my trauma. Just throw out fun little anecdotes every now and then, if fun is the correct word. Moving on. Anyway, I don't really know what to say other than I think you are gorgeous. I always have. Just thought I'd tell you that. Maybe brighten your day. If not, I'm sorry and it won't happen again. I had to at least say this once, and sorry if that's weird. Had to shoot your shot before your wedding, huh? I think your fiance is gorgeous, actually. Lol, yeah, that's because you're you, haha, as gay as that sounds. But I mean, I know I shouldn't have, but I had to, because you, haha, sorry for the out of the blue message. I'm guessing I'm shot down. Lol, I'd give anything, that's for sure. LMAO, I literally live across the country from you. Oh, you were the best all around. I couldn't have hung out with you for days. Then, haha, I don't think I was that enticing at 16. Whatever, you're wrong, but I was just hoping you were home. If you were home, would you? I'm curious. No, because you're getting married, and that's not fair to her. I hear ya. It's just you, damn it. But fuck Liz, I'd fly to see you right now. Just know that. Alright, I'll leave you alone. I want to send you a dick pic for one from you, but I won't. I'll leave you alone. Be careful. See ya, darling. On, like, the week of your wedding. Bro. Don't get married. Don't get married. If you are in love with someone else, or you're thinking about someone else, when you're meant to be getting married, don't get married. The last one. I want to send you a dick pic in exchange for one from you, but I guess you probably don't want to do that. No. What is wrong with you? What is wrong with you? Whenever I hear people are getting married, I assume they've been together for years. But then I remember some people get married really early into relationships, so I can't even assume that. But in my head, this would mean they've been dating for at least 2 years, like a minimum. So you've been dating for a year or two, you get engaged, you plan the wedding, and then you get up to your wedding. So it's been like, I would say 3 years by this point, right? And then you decide to text someone you went to high school with, like, send nudes? What are you doing? Why are you still thinking about this girl you went to high school with? Why are you getting married if you don't love her? Don't get married. The poor fucking girl. She deserves so much better than you. I hope this girl went and sent these messages to your fiance, and I hope it ended really terribly for you. Some people like to keep it to themselves because they're like, I don't want to hurt her, you know, she's happy, she'll never know. No! She needs to be hurt right now because this guy is the worst, and he deserves to be alone. Post it on the internet, name and shame. He shouldn't be in a relationship. I'm sorry. There's nothing wrong with being in like a polyamorous relationship or whatever, having open relationships, that's totally fine. But that needs to be consenting. Everyone needs to agree to that. You can't just message random people, like, when you're about to get married. You can't do that. Seeing you sparked the weeb in me. You look like a hot waifu. Also, I love the goth look on you. Have you ever talked to an Asian woman in your life? Nope, I'm not that lucky. If you can't handle a weeb, then you gotta go, sexy Asian lady. I'm sorry. My guy. Bro, dude. We need to stop fetishizing entire races. Especially because it's gotten insanely out of hand. It's always been out of hand. It's gotten worse. East Asian people, we really need to fucking stop. Because it's disgusting and it's fucked up and you really need to stop. It's really interesting because it extends not just from like weebs and Koreaboos who are obviously just fetishizing Asian people, but also it's interesting how it extends out from like anime enjoyers and like K-pop stans are the two examples I can think of right now. Like their friends and families will do it, and it's really, really interesting. I saw a thread about it on Twitter today, because I'm on K-pop Twitter, so I see people talk about this stuff a lot, of like people who are just like living their lives or whatever, and they're with their friends, and they're a K-pop stan, and their friends aren't, but they're out at a bar, and their friend will see like an Asian man and is like, hey, you should go talk to him, he's your type, and they're like, bro, that's fucked up. No? I enjoy art made by men who happen to be Asian. I enjoy this genre and this art and what they create. And yeah, I like them and I think they're attractive. But that's not my type. I like them as people. They just happen to be Asian. It's this, like, why are you now fetishizing them and forcing that fetishization onto me? Asian people don't really want to be fetishized, you know? It's not a nice thing to be done to you. And then it makes them wary of everyone who enjoys any form of Asian media. So like a lot of East Asian people won't want to date people who like anime or won't want to date people who are into K-pop because there is that constant fear of them being fetishized by that person. And that's really sad because that's not something anyone should have to deal with. No one should ever have to deal with that. It's a really terrible and awful thing how people have like completely just taken away the entire like culture and personhood and identity of entire countries and boiled it down to like one thing. Like the amount of people who just see Japan as anime and they're like, I'm gonna go to Japan and live like in an anime. That's not how it fucking is. That's not what it is. Japan is a real place. You need to stop looking at the aesthetics of a race or culture because that is so irrelevant, and actually just like look at the person and the people. Like enjoy anime all you like. I don't care. Good for you. It's really cool. If you want to go to Japan, go to Japan. Absolutely. Japan is incredible. But don't boil their entire country and their people down to anime because that is dehumanizing and that's a terrible thing to do. Don't do that. Definitely don't go up to Asian women and say they look like a hot waifu. That's disgusting of you. Blech. Please lock yourself inside. Anyway, talking about fetishization is a completely different topic. I'm obviously a white woman, so I don't really feel like it's entirely my place to speak on it. But being in an environment where I am constantly surrounded by K-pop and K-pop stans, because I spend a lot of time on stan Twitter, I see a lot of it, and I have a lot of thoughts and a lot of feelings. Let me know if that's something you think I should make a video on, or if you think there's anything I can do to make it appropriate for me to make a video on. I have a lot of thoughts about the K-pop spaces, because I am in them, and there's a lot to say. Excuse me, but is there a mistake in your age or are you actually 29? You're in no rush to marry and have kids. Do you know that the older you get, the more likely your kids will be unhealthy if they at all exist? When you're 40, 90% of your eggs are chromosomally abnormal. When you're 45, your likelihood of getting pregnant is no more than 4%. Why are you so careless if you're a rational atheist? Maybe they don't want kids. Maybe they don't want kids. Not everyone wants kids. Not everyone needs to have kids. This is a really invasive first question to ask. If you think that they're being silly and should want children, maybe just don't talk to them. Go talk to someone who does want kids. Also, 29? They're only 29, not in a rush. You said by 40. That's 11 years. That's a lot of time. And also, like, it's none of your business. Why are you in women's DMs saying shit like this? It's so bizarre. Like, what right do you think you have to talk to people like that? Why are you so deep in their business? Leave them alone. This is Andy on Tinder. Let me guess, your looks are depreciating at this cyclic rate and Harley Quinn is totally you. Makes sense because you let clowns pump cum inside of you. Your biggest contribution to a relationship is breeding for government money and inciting justified domestic violence. If your brain wasn't smooth as silk, we could probably have a conversation. And you think you'll get matches? In what world? Do you think this is a good bio? It's so funny because men will have bios like this and then complain they get no matches. Women get it so easy. They get so many matches. I swipe right on everyone and I don't get any matches, whereas all these bitches get like hundreds of matches a day. One, the reason women get hundreds of matches a day and you don't is because you swipe right on everyone. I'm gonna get more matches because if every dude is swiping right for every single person, every time I swipe right on a guy, it's gonna be a match, isn't it? Because they're all swiping right for everyone without looking. So, like, statistically, if you're more picky, you'll get less matches, but so will women. Like, I don't understand this argument at all. You see it all the time of men being like, women have so many options. They have so many matches on Tinder. Like, yeah, when I sign up for Tinder, you get like 100, like, people swiping right on you within like a day because they do. They just all swipe right. And then they're like, it's not fair. Women have so many, they get so many options because they have so many people swipe right on them. But like, my guy, use your brain for 3 seconds to realize that the reason is because everyone is swiping right without looking at the profile. You're just swiping right to maximize your amount of options, which therefore maximizes our amount of options. However, we're not swiping right on everyone. We're actually trying to choose someone that we want to talk to and spend time with. So you're less likely to match back because we don't want to match with you. However, if you use the app properly and are selective, like you're meant to be, women will get less matches too. And then it'll balance out. If you use it correctly and are trying to actually match with people that you like, it becomes an equal playing field. You just don't do it properly and like to complain about women. That's really what that is. And also you have bios like this. In what world? Why would you do this? You're like, I hate women. Women are all fucking stupid. All you do is have sex with dumbasses and then try to get government money. Maybe we'd vibe, but like, you're stupid anyway, so like, I don't even want to talk to you. Then why are you here? Don't talk to women if you don't want to talk to women. Don't have a Tinder if you don't want to interact with women. What are you doing? What are you doing? How are you gonna do this and then complain about women not liking you? Again, at least they're honest. Because, like, I'd hate to match with this guy and then show up on a date and have him be like, fuck women. This is a bio on Bumble for Robert, age 23. Goal is to make you barefoot and pregnant, to be quite honest. Almost none of you are redeemable. I know I am unforgettable. Think you'll be the needle in the haystack? Again, what are you doing, man? Why do you think this is appealing? And then you're gonna go complain that women don't like you. Like, yeah, obviously, because you're a dick and you hate women. You said that none of us are redeemable. You're like, my standards are high. Are you good enough for me? Prove yourself to me because I'm worth it. No, you're not. No, you're not, though. That's the funniest thing is like all these men are like, I'm a high value man. Women should bow to me. Women need to prove themselves to me. Why should I prove myself to you? What have you done? How are you proving yourself to me other than telling me you're an asshole? Like, bro. Also, goal is to make you barefoot and pregnant. Barefoot? Is that saying that you need to stay inside the house? Is that what that is? Is that being like barefoot because you don't wear shoes in the house? Or is it because he has a foot fetish? Like, which of it is it? Because I wear bare feet outside of the house. And listen before any of you come for me. I'm from New Zealand. And that's what we do there. So it's so funny. I see people talking about being barefoot in like, people make commentary videos and stuff about people and they're like, these guys are weird, they wear bare feet. I'm like, yeah, so weird. I would never do that. It's not like we grow up in bare feet to the point where we have to have like an extra shoe size for wide feet because we don't wear shoes while feet flatten out. And to the beach, walking down the road, through town, going shopping, driving. Who needs shoes? Shoes are unimportant. Anyway, I'm assuming that's what that means. Good luck finding a girlfriend. I don't think it'll work out for you, and I promise you it's not women's fault. It is your own fault, so maybe reflect and change and become a better person who is not egotistical and misogynistic, and then you might have a better chance. Oh, I love the bios. We've got another one. This is Draco. He's 22, so he's my age. He is a modeling and escorting services at church. Read before matching. I own multiple women. Strong start. Okay. And I'm currently accepting new girls. I'm a Christian man who doesn't believe in orgies, feet, or any of those demonic things. In order to be accepted as one of my soldiers, you must renounce your faith and allow yourself to be baptized into Christianity by me. Notifications off. I respond faster on Instagram. My favorite part about all of this, though, is I don't believe in orgies, feet, or other demonic things. So he doesn't believe in feet. And the idea of feet is demonic. So does that mean if I want to become one of your girls, you're gonna cut my feet off? Do I have to, like, remove my feet first? That seems like a pretty intense, like, initiation process for you to become my owner. Even as, like, a hypothetical, I really despised saying that. Please send me your location. I'll match with him, find out his location, and send help, because I'm quite worried about some women. I think they might need help. Yeah, again, I don't know why these people think this shit's gonna work. You're not gonna find anyone. I hope this doesn't work. If any women swipe on these profiles, I really need them to get therapy, because they are not doing well, and they have internalized misogyny that is so disgustingly bad and awful to live with. And I really hope that they get help, because they are going to be put into some terrible relationships. This has been my video. I hope that you have enjoyed some fun, fantastic messages and Tinder bios from some fun, fantastic men. It's always a good time. A massive thank you to my Sprout and Above patrons, whose names are up on the screen right now. And a huge thank you to my Kiwi Cat patrons. Wolf, Toulouse, Bobby, Sparrow, Josh, Mandy, Robbie, Christy, Ikazel, the Alienated Librarian, Non-Euclid System, Skylar Dowd, Ishtar Hope, and Eldo. I love and appreciate you all so much. Thank you so much for joining. If you would like to become a patron, you can go to patreon.com/savvycat. For as little as £1 a month, you get my videos a day early, as well as podcasts a week early. The podcasts are over on Savvy Cat Productions on Spotify and on YouTube. And for upwards of £3, you get a bunch more, like live streams, outtakes, vlogs, etc. Your support means the world, so thank you. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram, The Queer Kiwi, and Twitter, That Queer Kiwi. I hope that you enjoy the rest of your day. Stay safe. Keep fighting. I love you. Mwah. When you close your eyes.